Hi, this is Rochelle. I'm here to do another tutorial for you. Today we're going to talk about ISO and how it affects the way your pictures look. If you remember back, if you're older than a teenager, if you remember back when you used to use film for cameras and they had 100 speed, 200 speed, 400, 800, and if you were out shooting and it was a bright day, you'd buy 100. If you were inside shooting something different, you'd buy about 800 because it was going to be darker outside. That's about what we're talking about when we're doing ISO. So, for example, if we're outside, so we're outside and my kids are jumping on the tramp, or they're playing soccer, or they're playing in the sand, whatever they're doing, I'm going to start with ISO 100 because there's plenty of light out here. I can barely open my eyes. And so we don't need to go anything different because when you're shooting on ISO 100, your picture's going to be clearer. And since we have the advantage of having the sun out here, we can start on ISO 100. Okay, if you're somewhere where it's dark and there's no way to let more light into the room and you don't want to use a flash, you're going to bump your ISO up as high as it will go. My camera will go up to ISO 6400. You can look at your camera and see what it will go up to. But if there's no other way to get more light into the room, you're going to want to bump your ISO up as high as it will go. The only problem with this is that it puts a lot of grain into the picture, but sometimes that doesn't matter. It's more important to get the shot. Like if you're photographing someone in labor and they want the lights down really low, or you're sneaking into your baby's nursery and you want to take a picture but you don't want to turn the lights on. It doesn't matter if there's grain in the picture because you want to get the shot more than you want to get a perfectly clear picture. Okay, today we're only talking about ISO. There's a lot of other camera settings you can do to let more light in, but since we're learning about ISO today, I'm going to take some practice shots to show you by only adjusting your ISO, you can make your picture brighter or darker. Okay, I'm going to take a series of shots here of these bananas, and the only thing I'm going to change is my ISO. So this first one, completely dark. That's ISO 100. I'm going to bump it up to ISO 200, take a shot. Bump it up to ISO 400, take a shot. Bump it up to, we'll go to 640. And when you're practicing, it's good to practice on something that's not moving, because then you don't have to worry about it moving like your child would. Now right now I'm at ISO 800. That looks about right. But I'm just going to keep going up so you can see. Here's 1600. Taking it back up. I'm to ISO 3200. And then let's go all the way up to ISO 6400, which is way too bright. But from this you can see with only changing your ISO, you can make your picture a lot brighter. So in summary, if you want to make your picture brighter, you can bump up the ISO, but remember, it will put more grain into your picture the higher your ISO is. And you need to be shooting in something other than auto to be able to adjust your ISO. Today I was shooting in manual. So our next class we're going to talk about Aperture, adjusting how light or dark your photo is. Thanks for watching.